Good morning, Jeff.
Uh-oh. What happened? Are you there?
Yes. Are you there?
We're here. Did you fall asleep?
Sorry, I hit speaker there.
Jeff, you're not watching a rerun of Skins now, are you?
No, I'm watching a rerun of the 1941 Bears-Packers game.
Oh.
Because it is Bears-Packers season here.
Heard a little bit about that.
I know you guys don't play pro football up in Michigan.
Easy,
now
Jeffrey.
lighten up a little bit, will you?
Now,
Come
Jeffrey, we want to take a step back today because Jeff's been giving some terrific reports on finance and economics in general. That is his expertise and has been his career for many years. We want to take a step back. He mentions the Bears-Packers. Jeff and I first ran into each other back in, I think, around the 4th or 5th grade. We've known each other for... Well, that makes it at least 8 or 9 years now.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that, and I screwed up my math. I was thinking 28 years. No, it's like 38.
Yeah, easy on that.
You guys are old.
For a guy who's an economics expert, you sure can add.
Yeah, how about it?
Well, and Jeff, you've had a really illustrious career there in Chicago as a trader. A lot of us have seen. I mean, even going back to the old Dan Aykroyd. Days when we did Trading Places with Eddie Murphy. Life in the pits. You were down. You spent many a day down in the pits of the market. What's that like?
A rugby scrum.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't realize how much playing rugby my last year of college would prepare me for life in a trading pit, but a lot of times it was like that. For those of you that don't know, at the Chicago exchanges for over 100 years, they traded all these different commodity products in an open outcry pit where a broker stood on the top step and actually screamed out the order, and then people in the pit that wanted to trade against that order screamed at the broker, and there was a constant din. It was, I think, when you walked on the floor, it was one of the most electric experiences of my life the first time that I did it, and every single day when I did it, it was electric. It's probably the most competitive thing I've ever done. I've ran into a lot of pro athletes that have traded, and they say it's actually more competitive than pro athletics because not only are you competing, you're competing for money. And your own money, and which is a lot different than pro athletics. And the pros have a limited lifespan as far as a career. Well, this is a continuous game. If you think about economic theories and game theories, this is a continuous game that happens every single day, as long as you can survive. And that's what it's really about: is survival in there, and it's survival of the fittest. About 9 out of 10 people failed, lost all their chips, and had to go home. So. It was an incredibly exhilarating, fun way to make money. It was a big locker room, to tell you the truth.
Well, now you play, in a different area now with your company, with your organization Hyde Park Angels. I know you're a founding member of that. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, that's kind of an interesting thing. It's totally different. And what we do is we fund startup companies in the Midwest. And our theme is a day's drive. So we will look at companies that are in Detroit and Michigan to fund. So if you have a business idea, go to our website at HydeParkAngels.com and you hit the link and you submit your company through our website. And we have, I started with 7 people that had this idea and this vision, and we just went out. We partnered with the University of Chicago. We have MBA students that work for us for free. It's slave labor, but they enjoy it. And then I recruited, along with other people, 75 angels now that we invest our own checking account capital in these companies. And so we do a lot of analysis on them, and 4 times a year we meet. And so far we've funded 8 companies, and we probably have 2 or 3 more in the hopper that we're going to fund. And so it's a way to get economic development and support entrepreneurship and create jobs in the Midwest.
Well, I think that is our capitalism at its purest. You have experienced it. You've experienced it literally in the pits, and now at this other level where you're funding startup companies, and that is going to really drive. That's the stuff that drives this economy.
Yeah, it's really amazing. I went to an economic development thing yesterday at the Economic Club of Chicago, and they talked a lot about entrepreneurship and how this Generation Y processes information. It's really amazing. It's much different. And these are our kids, right? They're very different than the way we process information and the way that they work with it. And so what these guys see, at least, is that there's going to be a torrent of sort of entrepreneurial activity. It's like an ice dam right now is blocking it. But as soon as that dam melts, it's going to be a torrent, and you're going to see all these little entrepreneurial companies that get built and grow the economy. At least that's their vision and their hopes. So we're trying to be one of the people that melts that ice dam right now.
That's well put.
Well, there's one other thing, too, Jeff, that we want you to talk to us about. You sit on the board of the World War II Museum.
I do.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I my whole life been interested in World War II. I was lucky to be born on May 8th, which is Harry Truman's birthday. Kind
Nice.
of natural, you know. So I did a lot of work with Medal of Honor recipients in Chicago. When they would come, I would give them floor tours on the floor of the Mercantile Exchange and stuff. And I got to be particularly close to a guy named Walt Ehlers, and he is the last living Medal of Honor recipient from D-Day. And he was in the back half of the first wave at Omaha Beach in Normandy. And a friend of mine is on that board, and he said, "Do you want to be on the board? It's a museum in New Orleans." And I said, "You betcha." And so I interviewed for it. And the reason the museum is in New Orleans is that they built the Higgins boats there at the New Orleans shipyard, and my grandfather worked at that shipyard.
The Higgins boats were the landing boats at D-Day.
That's right. That's right. And Eisenhower said that we would not have won that war without the Higgins boats.
Right.
So it's the National Museum for World War II, is authorized by Congress, an act of Congress, and they do a great job down there. Tom Hanks is involved with the museum, and Steven Spielberg. They did a movie.
Yeah,
that you should go see.
It's a phenomenal museum. Yeah, we've seen it online, and that I mean, you have had a collection of experiences, and now as author of Points and Figures, and a media mogul unto yourself. You are I believe, and that's why you're part of this show, and we just love talking with you each week. Is you bring a perspective about money that sometimes people can yawn when they hear about economics and financial markets, all of that. But you make it fun, you make it exciting, and most of all, you make it understandable for everyone. And we're really pleased about that. So. We're gonna be looking for you each week to bring us something invigorating and but most of all understandable. We have to move along on the round table, but I'll give you one last word about Bears-Packers.
Okay, Bears by 10. Devin Hester returns one all the way, and Packer fans go ice fishing for the rest of the year and cry they cry in their old style,
At what temperature? At what temperature does cheese freeze?
Oh, jeez.
Jeffrey, we got to move along. Thanks for everything. We'll talk with you next Saturday.
All right, we'll see you.
Okay,
Thanks,
bye
Jeff.
now.